7 red flags in dating you should never ignore. Dating can be a challenge because people may not present their true selves. It is possible to start a relationship with someone, believing they are an amazing person, only to discover several months later that they are not. To help you avoid this kind of situation, I am going to share 7 red flags that you need to watch out for. These apply to both men and women, and I will focus on things that are not immediately obvious, beyond just jealousy or clinginess. Pay attention to these signs, and you could save yourself a lot of heartache. The first red flag is if the person you are dating has friends that you don't like. Chances are that the person you're dating will eventually become someone you don't like, too. You may think that you should treat them as an individual, but the truth is that we are all products of the 5 people we hang out with the most. If the person you're seeing has friends with qualities that you don't like, such as lack of ambition or unkindness, the person you're seeing is probably more like their friends than they are letting on. They may be putting on a front to impress you, but in reality, they're similar to their friends. The second red flag is similar to the first. If you want to know how someone is going to behave when they no longer feel the need to impress you, look at how they treat waitstaff, service people, or anyone they feel has lower status than they do. When people go out to eat, they often feel that they don't need to impress the waitstaff because they're already paying them. This means that they're going to behave in a way that is consistent for anyone they're not trying to impress, and you will eventually become that person. If you don't like how they treat waitstaff, you're probably not going to like how they treat you. The third red flag is when someone breaks confidence in order to tell you a secret, especially early on. If someone tells you something and says, "Don't repeat this. I was asked not to say this, but..." That's a good indication that they're breaking someone else's confidence. While it may make you feel special that they trust you so much, eventually, you will be the person they're blabbing secrets to. The real issue here is how they treat their word. They likely let the person they're breaking confidence with know that they wouldn't say anything, and then they broke their word by telling you. This is a bad trait in someone you're looking to date as a partner. You need someone who respects their word. The fourth red flag is heavily engaging in social media or anything else that is appearance-based. While social media has its benefits, the amount of time someone spends cultivating their identity and appearance tends to correspond to less time spent on their character, or who they really are. They may look like they're making progress, but if all you see are photos and words that only show how they want to appear, it's often the case that it's the complete opposite. When someone is focused on appearances, it can be a red flag that they're not the person they're trying to appear to be. Another red flag to consider is if the person has a history of short-lived relationships. While it's tempting to want to help someone who seems to be struggling, it's important to be cautious if the person repeatedly tells stories about their failed relationships and how they were the victim. If someone has a pattern of not maintaining healthy relationships, it could indicate that the common denominator is them. While it's possible for someone to come from a tough background and need to separate themselves from toxic relationships, if this is a recurring issue, it's best to be wary. Another red flag to look for is if the person refuses to take any responsibility for the issues in their past relationships. If they blame everything on their ex-partner and refuse to take responsibility for their own actions, it's a sign that they lack self-awareness and haven't learned from their mistakes. If someone takes responsibility for their mistakes and shows a willingness to learn and grow, it's a positive sign for the potential success of the relationship. Lastly, be wary of someone who sees you as perfect. It's easy to idealize someone you've admired from afar, but it's crucial to remember that everyone has flaws. If someone sees you as perfect, they might not be able to handle it when you reveal your imperfections. It's healthier to have someone who accepts and loves you for who you are, flaws and all. Remember these red flags and keep them in mind when getting to know someone. By doing so, you'll be able to make more informed decisions about the potential of a relationship. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.